Good morning. I'm in my friend's bathroom. She just went to walk her dog. So, yesterday I was going to make a video, but I didn't. It's been a really crazy week. I went to parent teacher conference and I haven't been there for a long time. So, I went with my mom just to kind of advocate for her and explain what's been going on because she needs a lot of support because like she's a mom of 7 kids. Well, to her we're all kids, right? My youngest brother is 13. This is on just with my mom and my dad, and honestly I really feel like it should be my dad going to parent teacher conference with my mom, but it's a responsibility I've had to kind of help take on since my parents have split up. So I do it here and there, and I was just able to hear from the teachers what's been going on with my siblings. My brother, he was doing really well in school at some point, but he just kind of started to struggle, and he was recently stabbed actually a while ago. And he's someone that's so into sports, and he really feels like he wants to be successful at his sports. But we try to tell him and encourage him, like, yeah, you can be successful at that. My older sister was really great at volleyball, but she tore something. But we even tell him, like, just because you're like a young black boy, don't feel like all you have to do is be into sports. If that's what you're good at and that's what you excel at, then do it, right? We don't want to be discouraging. But I just found that he was struggling a bit in school, and all of his teachers were like, he's such a good kid, and they didn't actually know that he was struggling in certain months. Like he'd be in class and like they'd ask a question and he'd still be raising his hand, but he wasn't handing in assignments. And then it came to my sister, my little sister, who her teacher said she's so sweet, such a nice girl, so kind, except she's one of those kids that gets caught up in the hallway in between class. And it's like there's one thing to like go to school, but there's another thing to be in class and be present. And she's on her phone a lot, so we were just talking about some of the things we're going to start doing at home to just kind of implement success. But ultimately, when you're one parent doing it by yourself, and you're trying to manage, all of these different kids, it can be stressful. And, I just was there to support her. And when I went back to school, it was so interesting because the anxiety that I have in my day to day was gone, because it's like going there, doing adulting, talking to other adults, teachers that deal with more than one kid and different problems, sometimes behavioral, and, different backgrounds. It's like, I realized how much I took for granted being in school. I initially took cosmetology in high school, and I realized if I would have stuck with it, I would already have like a certificate and all these things, and I could be working. But at the time in high school, I was struggling with so many different things: racial, like political things, family, dating, and to navigate all that stuff. Addiction, I was struggling with too. To navigate all that stuff and be like a self-disciplined learner, being able to advocate for yourself, and you're growing and trying to find your truth is so hard. So the one of the teachers, she's like, Faith, you should be like a life coach or something. And I'm like, I just appreciate and respect what I've learned now, because now I'm the person that has to go back and upgrade, where it's like if I would have really applied myself in school, maybe I'd be in a different position. But I told her, like, I am where I'm supposed to be. And after that I went to a recovery event, and a few weeks ago I seen a quote, and it was saying, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And at the end of the person's talk, or at the end of the event, the person was saying a speech and they said those words. And that was like a God shot for me, honestly, because whenever I hear someone using the same language that I've either used before, or sometimes I feel like they're on the same wavelength. They're like, I was supposed to be there to hear that. And yeah, it's just very validating. Still struggling with a few different things here and there, like the relationships, getting out of the relationship I just got out of, which also propelled me to tell the person, like, and be adamant and say, hey, you know what? I really don't want to go backwards. I just went to a parent teacher conference and I was talking to like adults that are treating you respectfully and properly as long as, you communicate with them. And I realized, like, I don't deserve to be in a healthy relationship. Unfortunately, it took me going back to high school to learn that life lesson. And I feel so grateful. Today I'm going to go to actually some recovery birthdays, and that's where I really believe like the magic happens, where everyone is in such a good mood and is just happy because, our lives were not perfect before this, and addiction really took us down. But we get to celebrate and be excited for one another and cheer and scream and be like, yes, you know, you're here and we stand with you. And I'm so, so grateful for this morning. And yeah, just more life, more to share. And I'm looking forward to making another video soon. So happy Saturday.